Earlier on today when Thatcher and Maverick was banned away, it was on coastline and the defenders constantly brought the Kaid along. I'm slightly nervous that on this map the Kaid is a little bit stronger than what he would be on coastline.
Always useful with Simfrost, you know, brought a lot more recently. Surely not, there you go, Yoga opening things up with a big peek onto Leon. Rogue, you better switch on Oxygen. The defenders playing inside of sight. Kino moves up, he's right in front of the windows there, doesn't even check them. An absolute freebie for Prano into the back of Kino.
Is he okay? Alright, fine, whatever. When you're defending in kitchen and dining, you are guaranteed, okay, this is just explosive city. Okay, brilliant. C4 comes out, Nade trading back the other way, down into a 3 versus 3. It has been a wild few kills to get this game underway, but you're not going to say no to a bit of entertainment coming in on Chalet. Often it maybe would have netted them a kill, or at the very least put them down to basically no HP, but here loses next to nothing. Laxin finds one, immediately swings on towards West Main. Right idea, slightly incorrect timing as the man hasn't yet pushed up. Rogue got 12 seconds to play with here, not going to find the one as Laxin shuts him down. When he goes for the third, he'll definitely try, but Aces, with nothing but a hope and a dream left in 5 seconds to play, will not be able to get the closer on this round. It's going to be a trade to close things out. Oxygen taking round number 1.
Presence of some of the Capcan traps. Yoga, he's not going to get away with it this time. Leon goes in, gets the kill and says, you know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And he's having absolutely none of it this time. Entry coming in for Rogue. They've got themselves the advantage. Hope's trying to get that deployable shield out and just has to dip away as the nade comes in.
There's always kind of questions around Hopes as well, knowing that he'd be stepping in. Oh, you know, can he play? What can he do in the game? Obviously, so far, yet to get himself on the scoreboard, but given the history so far for Oxygen at the Swedish Major, he'd be forgiven for not really expecting too much. But keep a close eye on how his performance goes as Vert finds himself another. Leon shut down by Kino, and before you know it, Rogue, despite finding that opening kill, have now bled out 3 members in the process. It's looking a little bit scrappy, and we said for Rogue, they're an attacking team. If things go bad in this half, what have they got left in the tank in the second?
Well, that is the big question. As we've said, Rogue have struggled on their defences.
Oh dear.
They need to be having a better half here as Laxing finds Crying. They are staring down the barrel of a 2-0 start and not in the right direction for themselves. Prano going to drop himself down, looks for the feet, will catch Hopes out. And that is maybe just the experience, you know, the playing experience of Hope showing there. Just stood a little bit in. It also gives away exactly where he's coming from. Vertical's waiting, nice and easy mop up. And that is going to be the second round for Oxygen. Difficult to play inside of Office for Vertical. Rips and Crying going in, getting control over the library. And Kino moving up here, manages to get a beautiful shot onto Crying. It wasn't the opener as Hopes did lose his life along the way. But that is a big play from Kino there. And we can see him and Yoga just turning tail and running for Solarium to try and get themselves back up into safety. And 4 versus 4, that's not actually a bad start for Oxygen.
Oh, but you got Leon playing on the double window here as well, just waiting for anyone to come charging through Office, which is going to restrict these last couple of members. C4 comes out, we'll find Leon, beautiful C4 coming out of Laxin, removes the fear of what's going on the double window, so now all eyes can turn towards the south side defense. And in come Rogue, one going in for the plant. Aces, the point man standing in front. A shallow plant coming in, staying covered from the window. Kino finding himself going down while flashed out. C4 could be absolutely huge here, but Rips finds himself a kill, and they've already got far clear after the diffuser has gone down. A 2 versus 3 for Oxygen in a post plant. This one should be a Rogue win.
Really should. Laxing looking to aggress onto the balcony there. He knows exactly where this is going to be held from, but we've got the man on the upside down rappel. We've got one over in Library as well, and a lot of work for the 2 players from Oxygen left to do. Yoga looking to move out towards Mezzanine. Prano finds one, Rips finds the other, and that's going to be Rogue taking their first attacking round on Chalet. Leaves us 2-1 now in favour of Oxygen.
In case someone does opt to come pushing their way up there to challenge the man on rappel, which is Prano. He's doing the right work there. They've got the EE1D coming out. The man sat in the same spot, I believe it was Vert who was holding there before. Not that it matters too much, as elsewhere there's 2 kills that have come flying the way of Rogue, and it is Vert indeed. Now going to rotate his way back up towards Solar. This is where Rip should be able to find him. Now they know that he's here. The question is, how do they get rid? Last time it was a grenade coming in from below. Vert, wow, going hyper aggressive, got the shotgun in hand as well, daring him to step up to the window. If you're a smart man, you back away ever so slightly, but here he's dipped his way back into sight. But it's just one after the other, like dominoes. Oxygen are falling apart. 5 versus 2 sets in, and it's going to be a flawless round, a double kill for Rips at the very end.
Rogue able to lock it down then. Vertical just suffering to bad timing. You wouldn't be overly surprised if maybe 12 or even 14 of them took the title away.
Timing on that made me think, I was really confused as to why Kino didn't get the kill, but it was Leon finding the kill instead onto Yoga. 1 and 5 now. Every round, find himself going down. Only 1 kill back to his name. It's not been the prettiest start. These are the kind of kills you've got to be netting. And there's 1 or 2 more charging around throughout office that he simply can't find. Rips swinging onto Laxing. A 5 versus 3. Kino, not much longer for this world. Oh, no way as he crowd reports into that. No way. Surely he must know it's the other side of this wall. Just spray the wall, buddy. Do something. A grenade might do the trick. Tries to get it through the hole as well. Chucks it through. Doesn't realise how shallow he really is. How on earth he's got away with still being there is anyone's guess.
Here to get himself inside of sight and get that diffuser down as quickly as possible. I think they were just uncomfortable in not knowing where the last man was. Kino announces his presence with a kill onto Aces, but Prano meanwhile finds hope, and that is the last man standing now as Kino tries to push back in a 1 versus 4, and as I suggested, Rogue taking the opportunity to try and get that diffuser down will successfully plant, and that is now going to make the job even more difficult for Kino. Shut down by Prano. That's going to be Rogue. Push is going to come through. They want the top floor control. Kino trying to keep hold of it for the time being, but the pressure is mounting. The window repels the balcony. The pressure comes in from the bathroom. Now he's able to find the kill onto Leon, so that is a good start for Oxygen. Kino able to shut him down. That's the Thinker gone, and of course the health boosts along with him.
That was a very typical aggressive push coming out of Crying. Fortunate to have the cover by Rips and building up around him, and with 25 seconds to go, they need control of this room. Has it been drone? We've already seen them today making a couple of droning errors, and here we go. Finds 1, but 3 guns all turn his way simultaneously, and he will not be surviving the minigun of Rogue blasting him down at the very bitter end. But at 4 versus 3, they've got to find these kills. Make it just 2 remaining. Yoga, Laxin, 1 holds tight as well. Rips finds yet another. Laxing's alone, sees the diffuser down. They've got to rush him, finds 1. Can he find the rest as well? Laxin, he holds out! A 3K with a shotgun to clutch it out for Oxygen. We're not going to get this top of library clear, so they need a couple of nades to come singing out here. And already you can see Rogue starting to back away defensively. Leon, he'll be on Cam's duty for the rest of this round.
Big opener from Rips there, using the Nitro to take Kino down, giving them the advantage now. 5 versus 4 in favour of Rogue. 1 minute 15 left to go, and this is where Oxygen might start to struggle, and where you might just start to see that impact of Foxy missing as well, Des, because this is where they have to adapt. They have to change things on the fly. They have to go to plan B and plan C and be able to do that quickly without burning too much time, and that could be an issue for the NA side. Now Yoga still trying to push out of Piano here, still trying to get any sort of control over the top floor, but for the time being, Oxygen just struggling to break through this Rogue defense.
Then they have now got rid of the shield and they're getting the single wall opened up. No, it's still there. You've got to be joking. They burnt flashes and smokes and everything, and I heard Vert get the sledge out from the window, sorry, the nade coming out from the library hall window, but it still stands, and Leon can just step up and take a freebie onto Yoga. A 5 versus 2, and Oxygen have been left rattled by this hold at the top of library stairs. They find 1, the push comes through, but Leon has already slipped away. Vert's chasing him. Does he know about this one? Yes, he does. A great shot coming in. They get the library stairs control they want, but it didn't stop Leon finding himself 1. Hopes goes down, Crying on the flank. A very comfortable round from Rogue, and Oxygen reactive, but you're still burning through time.
Crying is being pinged out by the Jackal track there, but it's not really going to matter, seeing as he's down at the bottom of Solarium stairs. However, Yoga does manage to cut Leon off once and for all, shuts down the Jaeger, not allowing him back to sight from the roam, and that's going to give Oxygen the advantage here. Yoga does take a little bit of damage. 1 minute left to push in through that breach and get the diffuser down. That's exactly what Hopes is going to do, but here goes Prano with the outer. He's looking for the big flank. He gets 1. Can't get the second. The diffuser is confirmed, and this is not looking good for Rogue.
And a bit long range there as well. Prano being the aggressive player, up tight and close. Kino finds another onto Aces as well. A couple of great headshots in this round coming out for Oxygen. Should basically close it out here. Kino going massive off on towards Flute Balcony before the shutdown comes in. 4 and 4 going to be our scoreline, and it's very
at the moment, but the seconds do continue to tick away. Yoga just going to hold a hard angle for the time being, but a harder angle being held by Aces as he manages to find a wonderful headshot on the reverse there. Takes Yoga down, and that's a big opener for Rogue.
Didn't even give him the chance to go for a second quick peek as well. Just really well played out by Aces, and now they know someone's held just around the corner. Vert finding 1 onto Leon. Aces for now at least still off towards the side, a little bit safer, but the push might come through. Eating straight into an ADS, and oh no, they've just burnt through both, and the shield still standing. That is not ideal.
Certainly not. It's going to make it difficult to continue pushing forward. Kino takes out that proximity alarm, but I get a feeling that Rogue know that you are coming anyway. Vertical, he knows where Crying is, shuts down the roamer. I said, Des, they needed to keep an eye on the Jaeger, and they've kept more than an eye on him. They've kept a couple of bullets on him there as he takes his life. That's going to be 4 versus 3 now for Oxygen, and it's time for Rogue to start clinging on here. We said that they've struggled on the defences, Des, and it doesn't seem to be getting much better for them. Kino just rolling through the top floor, taking utility after utility out, and it's starting to get to be the only factor that's going to stop Oxygen here is likely to be the time.
I mean, Vert's on the triple kill. He's still got 2 nades in back pocket as well. They can clear out whatever they need to from above. Hopes finding his way into the scoreboard for the first time in this game. In comes a hot drop. It's a freebie coming in for Aces. Now, surely there's not a 1v3 in the waiting here. He knows West Main is going to be where one of them is, but he's charged himself far, far away. Wants something to do with the gunfight. What is he dashing back and forth? Sees the man, wins the gunfight as well into a 1 versus 2, but sadly shut down by Hopes off towards the south.
What can Prano do, Des? You said he's been hitting his shot, but Hopes is getting straight in there and getting the diffuser down. Prano's having absolutely none of it though. Goes in, manages to get the kill, and somehow finds himself on full health. Yoga unable to make a challenge onto him, and that is going to leave the diffuser down in the cold. And Kino, he manages to get one onto Rips.
Just find the one. You've still got Leon playing at the top as well. No one really bothering pushing in from lobby side for Oxygen here, so no potential as to what might be coming here. They have a loose idea as to where the man might be, but can't quite find him. Kino, a second in the round. They've got that top side control that they were looking for, and Prano now ever so slightly restricted, but he's waiting for someone to cross that threshold, to step towards that diffuser, and then they'll be in hot water unless he gets killed from the side here. Now they've got this opened up.
Bit of a risk from Rogue here that Prano's really the only man on site here. Crying is trying to make his way back to support. Prano gets a great kill up through the ceiling as it's opened up above him, and he is just watching this diffuser intently. He knows that the opportunity is going to come. He knows they have to push forward. Here comes the challenge, and that's big from Yoga. Manages to use that Blackbeard rifle to get the kill onto Prano, and leave us now 3 versus 2. He's got the opportunity to go and get this diffuser. Needs to do that and think about putting it down, but Crying, he's moved himself up above. He's going to try to use that vertical angle, but no, he's moving back down the stairs. Aces gets Laxing, 2 versus 2. Diffuser is secured though, and that leaves us now 2 versus 2 in a post plant.
Ace is very, very low. Going to smoke out the retreat path here as well. So Yoga is trapped. The thing is, where can he sit and play? Ace is coming on a bit of a flank here. They know which angle he's going to come from. Steps out again. Another smoke goes out. Yoga surely is toast. Gassed out there inside of the plant spot, leaving Vert in the 1 versus 2. But they know they've got to try and push him on the outside here. Can they find him? Is the next big question. He holds this tiny pixel angle through the bush. They could try and go for the defuse if they want. Have one man stand watch whilst the defuse comes in. That looks like it might be the call. Ace is surely the one that you're looking towards here to make something happen. The jump out comes through. The second one's there as well. Vert wins it in the post plant. A 1 versus 2. Oxygen move up to 6 and 4.
It's going to dip back onto the library stairs, and it's 35 seconds left to go, so it's time to start thinking about it. Now then, Aces with a big kill onto Laxing, giving them a nice advantage. 5 versus 3 here. They've got to deal with Prano, but no, he's going to deal with them. He gets the first, can't get the second as Yoga trades it out, but it's all up to Yoga as Vertical is taken down by Rips, who made the push across from Piano. That puts the diffuser down. 13 seconds left. This one's done, Des.
Yeah, absolutely is. Yeah, might find himself another kill, but it's all for vanity and glory here, it feels at this point, rather than giving them a round win. Rogue will hold on for at least one more round. Bar and Gaming will be closed out in round 11.
Vertical straight away applying the pressure towards Library, getting that window open and looking to get on in there and get established. Now then, Leon, he's going to have absolutely none of it from Kino. Beautiful headshot, shuts the man down, and that's exactly what Rogue needed, Des. They just needed that fire lit underneath them here in round 12, and Leon, he starts to pick up more kills. They're still working on this top floor clearance. Let's not forget they're attacking onto Kitchen
nice
here.
swing.
Vertical gets Crying, but Aces, he finds the trade. 3 versus 3. Prano in on the action with one onto Yoga. It's starting to go in Rogue's favour. Hopes, he takes an awful lot of damage there. 50 seconds left to go. It's now or never, Oxygen. You're heading to overtime if you don't get this done.
I don't see how they do here as well. Hopes is down to almost no HP. Lactus sat in his back pocket. And against those 3 smokes, you tend to feel very nervous because you've got no time to make anything happen. Flashing behind him. Surely out comes the Toxic Babe canister and they'll be able to hold him off. Let him push forward ever so slightly. Can't take the longer swing on this this one. It's Aces to get the shutdown. Hope's left alive. Aces closes it out. Rogue get us through to overtime.
We're going all the way, Des. One way or another, we're going to have a minimum of 2 additional rounds here. It is, of course, best of 3 rounds in overtime. So the first team to win 2 will win the game. The points that they will collect for the league table change slightly now. Where it was 3 points for a win and 0 for a loss. In overtime, it is now 2 points for a win and 1 for a loss. So both Oxygen and Rogue guaranteeing themselves at least 1 point onto that league table here. They're going to be going in with Oxygen on the attack first of all. And you got to say, it feels a little bit like it was 3-all in either half, so there's not any direct advantage, but I feel like Oxygen had some good passages of play on attack there.
The thing is, the way I'm looking at this now is when I think back to Rogue in their first couple of rounds, they weren't really in the game at that point. Oxygen was switched on from the off, Rogue were not. It took them 2 rounds to start gaining rounds. I think if Rogue were on the attacking side, they would have more success. So it's probably a blessing for Oxygen that they're the ones starting off on the attack here. Even if the last 2 to 3 rounds, they haven't found anything. Let's not forget, they were at 6-4 and have let it come all the way back to 6-6. You mentioned earlier on, you didn't quite know what the feeling was as to why Rogue would take it. It is that momentum swing, in my opinion. Those first 2 to 3 rounds, Oxygen were awake, Rogue were not. Now both teams are here. It does feel like Rogue are slowly starting to bleed out an advantage.
It does. Like you say, it's difficult sometimes to put your finger on, but just the whole feel of the game just feels like maybe Rogue have got that little bit of extra gas in the tank, and winning that last round as well, like you say, it just gives them a bit of momentum. They've got 2 rounds in a row. They can just keep rolling with that now.
Absolutely, yeah. Let's see how much work they can do in this round, though. It's, again, for me, the big strength we've seen in Rogue is being off-site a little bit and wasting quite a lot of Oxygen's time, forcing them to get a little bit pacier when it comes to the mid-round. Here, at the very least, no one's really playing off-site, so I'm wondering if we're going to see that step-up be a thing, or if for Oxygen it's going to be simple as take as much map control as you want, we'll deal with you once you get to site.
In go the drones. We're still early in here, 30 seconds into the round. Confident that there's nobody inside a library. Vertical's going to move in quickly, and Rogue not putting up too much of a defence here in terms of stopping them getting into the library and mezzanine. Oxygen are going to have a lot of time available to them. The hatches have been opened up, but there's no Oryx on the side of Rogue, so there's no opportunity for anybody to come and try and move on the flank or anything like that because of those hatches, so no major problem for Oxygen there. They need to watch potentially, I suppose, for a Nitro coming up through there if there's anybody underneath, as we can see. There are 2 down there, but I just don't think that's going to be any impact. So Oxygen, they've got themselves established. They're pretty comfortable now. We've got Kino underneath looking to try and remove this denial from the wall. Something that we spoke about, Des, was bringing that denial.
Managed to get the C4 shot as it came in towards him as well, but then gets shot from above. The man's in a bit of a murder spot there, being shot at from 2 angles, and they can't get this wall opened up. That was his sole role, and I think it's a really nice adaptation from Rogue to say, hey, they want to get below and open the wall up. Let's leave 1 wall soft playing in towards dining, reinforce 1 so you've got a safer angle to play into.
Electrical. So now we can prepare for that. We can bait them into it, and that's exactly what they've done. Beautiful from Rogue. 5 versus 3, 5 versus 2 as Rips managed to find Vertical, and Rogue, they're starting to run away with this round, Des, and they could run away with the game if they continue. 4 versus 1 as Crying finds hopes. It was a trade as well. It leaves Laxing now 1 versus 4 all to do. Shoots out the cam, but they're going to know where he's coming from. The challenge comes in. Shut down on the bathroom door. There was a team kill in there somewhere, but I'm sure Rogue won't mind about that. He is to the man just challenging the tight angle there, but he knows that there is one looking from the library stairs. He hits him with the fadeaway, Des. Just drops off the ledge. A beautiful headshot onto Vertical, and Leon opens things up for Rogue in splendid fashion.
Little bit of miscom there from Oxygen as well. You know, they wanted the idea to have the double peek come through, and 1 was consistently peeking out. It was Vertical, but there was no swing from Kino. He gets the trade on Crying. Crying, by the way, a quiet game here. He top fragged out for Rogue in their game earlier on today, so it's good to see across the day that every member of Rogue has got themselves
taken down, and as we can see, Laxing this time is the man inside of Library, where it was Vertical last time, but he's going to have his work cut out here as Prano manages to find a kill onto Hope. 1 minute, 5 seconds left to go, and this nade is going to absolutely delete Laxing if he doesn't move. He does, and he manages to get the drop as well as he finds a headshot onto Aces, dropping down the hatch. 2 in 1 round.
We've seen Laxin in this spot before as well, this exact room in a 1v3. It was the shotgun last time, but he can't do it. Prano, unfortunately for him, just a little bit bigger. Rogue get the closeout. It looked for a while like Oxygen might pull ahead.